Okay, sixth grade, our objective is to still continue talking about solving inequalities using multiplication and division. After this lesson, we have one more lesson. So just to give you guys a heads up, for those of you that like to plan things out, you will have a Chapter 3 test next week. But since you have off Monday and Tuesday, it probably won't be until Thursday or Friday of next week. You guys have a 4-day weekend. So just keep in mind the Chapter 3 test is coming up. It'll be towards the end of next week. Let's guess about Thursday for now. We'll see how today, tomorrow, and Friday goes, and then I'll have a better idea of when you guys will be ready. So that's my only announcement. If you did not have your quiz corrections or quiz signed, that needs to be turned in tomorrow, okay? Doug, I'll see all your stuff at the end of class. Just remind me. Okay, so let's start with going over our warm-up, okay? So even though this says it's a closing, we didn't get to do this on Monday. So I wanted to start with this today. So can anyone tell us the answer to letter A, since this was your warm-up? Sean, what'd you get? Okay. Good. And I actually agree with you. I didn't mean to put the equals to there. It's greater than negative 282 feet because X represents all the other elevations in the U.S. And they're telling us the lowest elevation recorded is Death Valley, California, which is negative 282 feet. Charles? You can do greater than or equal to. Yeah. Yep. Yep. So either one is fine with me. They should be more specific in these kind of problems. I have greater than or equal to, but for the way it's worded, if you have greater than, I'm okay with it. Okay, Charles? Okay, Sean, to finish your problem on the number line, what should be above? If we use greater than or equal to, what should be above negative 282? If we use greater than or equal to. What kind of circle? Filled in. Okay, and which way should the arrow go? Good. Okay, Annalise, what number goes in front of negative 282? Yep, yeah. Good, negative 281. Briar, what number goes to the left of it? Negative 283, good. All right, letter B, Emma M. Okay. But what always has to go first? What always should be on the left-hand side? X. X always needs to be on the left-hand side. Okay, Annalise? Yeah. Yep. Okay, letter B. Matt, what'd you get? You didn't get that one? Mary? You're close. It costs at least. So the type of bike that you want costs at least. That's what you said. You said less than or equal to. Yep. So it should be greater than or equal to because it costs at least $185. Okay. You may also set this up as M or X is greater than or equal to 185 minus 97. You may also set it up as M plus 97 is greater than or equal to 185. So there's a lot of ways to set that up. Regardless of how you set it up, what did you guys get for your answer? Jeremy, what did you get for your answer? $80? Good, so $88 or more. So at least $88 is what you need to save to purchase the bike that you want. Annalise? Not less than. Did you listen to what we said about that? It's at least. At least means that's the smallest amount it can be. So you need to save up at least $185. At least means greater than or equal to. That's the least amount of money you need to have. Greater than or equal to. Okay? Right. You need to save at least $88 to get the bike you want. At least means greater than or equal to. Okay. On your number line, you should have a filled-in circle above 88, arrows going to the right. You need to save at least $88. Alyssa. Yeah, don't worry about it. If there was, you're right. Yeah, I forgot there wasn't a number line on yours. But if there was, we'd have a filled-in circle going to the right. Okay, any other questions on either one of those before we go over the second warm-up? Okay, second warm-up. Okay, this one should have been pretty easy. Let's just go through whether these are true or false. So Donatus, the first one. Why don't you look in your, did you do this one? Okay. Okay. Is 5 greater than 2? Are you sure? Yes, 5 is greater than 2. Okay, the second one, Adam. Good. The third one, Zach. Good. The fourth one, Briar. Good. The fifth one, Annalise. Good. Sixth one, Mary. Good. Charles, the last one. Good. All right. Any questions on whether they're true or false? Annalise? Okay, yeah, just make sure you ask while we're there. Go ahead. No, no, it should be greater than or equal to, because the type of bike that you want could cost $185. It costs at least $185. So it could cost this amount, but it could cost more. So no, it needs to be greater than or equal to. Okay? Okay, anyone else on the table? Okay, let's go over homework and see how you guys did on this. Okay, so practice 3.4. Let's go through the answers and then we'll come back to questions. Okay, Justin, can you tell us the answer for 1, 2, 3, and 4? Good. Yes, no, yes, no. Okay, number 5, Alyssa, give us your inequality. Awesome. Number 6, Emma H. Great job. Charles, number 7. Good job. Justin, number 8. Perfect. Jeremy, number 9. Good. C. Number 10, Sean. Good. Briar, number 11. Good. Zach, number 12. It's wrong. Okay. Annalise, 12. Good. Letter D. Okay. 13, Mary. Good. Open circle above -19 going to the left. Charles, number 14. Good. 8 with a filled-in circle going to the right. Okay, 15, Matt. Good. Number line. Okay, well, what should your number line look like? Good. Justin, 16. Awesome. Number line? Good job. Doug, 17. Nope. No, that 60 is not right for 17. Emma H, what did you get for 17? Yeah, but the answer's wrong. I wonder why you guys are all getting this answer wrong. Emma M? Good. So what should your graph look like, or number line? Good. Okay, 18. Alyssa. Okay, what should your number line look like? Good. Empty circle going to the right. Donatus, 19. Okay. Good. Open circle to the left. Jeremy, number 20. Good. Number line. Open circle going to the right. Good. Emma M, 21. Good. Number line. Good job. Adam, 22. Negative 26.38. Good. Number line. Good. Filled in circle. Woo. Going to the left. Running out of room here. Okay, 23, Mary. Yep. Good. These ones are kind of annoying with all these decimals. Good. Filled in circle going to the left. If you scaled your number lines differently than me, no big deal. Just because of time and space, I'm just writing down what the answer was right on there. But you could have done it with nice whole numbers or integers as opposed to the decimals. Okay, Charles, 24. Okay, number line. Good job. 25. Mary, you want to do 25? Okay. Okay, we'll come back to that one. Give me a second. Okay, let's go to 25 first. You guys had to do 3 inequalities for this one. Can you guys tell me what Friday's inequality was? Annalise, we'll get Friday's from you. Okay, so that's after you solved it, but before you solved it, okay. A lot of you guys also had T plus 3488 less than or equal to 5400. So you could also have that. Your equation's right, but you could also have it set up this way. Sean, what did you have for Saturday's inequality? Good. I will read the answers in a minute. Okay, and then Sunday, Briar, what did you have for your inequality? Okay, less than or equal to. Okay, so those are the inequalities, but you could have had them set up a little bit differently. For Friday, I'm going to read the answers, so just listen carefully. The answer should be T is less than or equal to 1,912. The answer for Saturday is T is less than or equal to 1,291. For Sunday, the answer is T is less than or equal to 827. So does anyone need me to reread those answers on 25? Emma M? Like how to do them? How to set them up? Or read them again? I'll just give you my answer key. So look at. You need them read again? Did you guys not listen? Okay. Okay, I'll go back to that. Let me look at 24 real quick. Okay, Mary or Annalise, whoever said that, you guys said you got negative 114.36 for number. Okay. Okay, hold on. Yep, it should be negative 114.34. Charles, double check your work. I'll come back to that if I need to. For some reason, I did not finish my answer on 24. I don't know why, but that is the correct answer. Negative 114.34 for number 24. And I will read the answers to 25 one more time. What's wrong, Jeremy? No, it's greater than. Because remember, you have to rewrite it first. Okay? Okay. Okay. Okay, let me read 25 one more time. So listen, for number 25, Friday's answer is t is less than or equal to 1,912. Saturday's answer is t is less than or equal to 1,291. Sunday's answer is t is less than or equal to 827. Okay, let's go over 26. Letter A, Zach. What did you get for 26, letter A? Good. Okay, letter B. We need an inequality and an answer. Briar, could you give us 26B? Could you just not find it? Is that the problem? See if it's on the back of your paper. No? Okay, Annalise, 26B. Inequality first, yeah. Okay, that works. You may also have W plus 1825 less than or equal to 2,000. Annalise, what did you get for your answer? Good job. Okay. Questions on any of those? Emma H. Yeah. Oh, well, that's good. I wouldn't say try that in the future again, but that's good. Mary? Yeah. It's kind of scary, though, if something did happen. Annalise? They're not the same answer. Oh, yeah, that's just random. There's no reason for that. Emma M? Okay, go ahead. Sure. Okay, let me start there. Okay, 24. Okay, the very first thing you need to do is rewrite it. So I think maybe that's the part where you messed up. So you should have 74.9 minus 101.23 plus x is greater than negative 140.67. Okay, so after that we need to combine like terms. So when we combine like terms here, let me make sure I have my decimals right here. We get negative 26.33 plus x greater than negative 140.67. And then we need to add 26.33 to both sides. Oh, by accident I take it? Okay. And then you end up with x is greater than negative 114.34. Decimals are kind of annoying, especially those ones. They don't end up being a nice answer. Okay, what was your second question, Emma M? Okay, should be negative. I'm guessing that after you added 10 and 11.88, you probably forgot that 4.5 was negative. When you divide a negative by a positive, the answer is negative. Okay. Annalise? Okay, remember what we talked about on Monday? Wherever the Pac-Man's trying to eat, whatever side he's trying to eat, it still needs to face that side when you rewrite it, or that number, depending on what it's facing. So try to think of it that way. We're going to do more of those today, so you should get some more practice with that. Okay, anyone else on the homework? Okay, give me a thumbs up, thumbs middle, thumbs down on the homework. Donatus. Okay, thank you. All right, notes open up to 3.5, which is page 10. Before we start this lesson, does anyone know what any of the rules are when you multiply or divide, multiply or divide negatives with inequalities? Does anyone know? Annalise, you know anything about that? It's kind of the same thing. For the most part, there's two things that are, well, actually technically one thing that's going to change slightly. Doug? When? You're right. Or divide by what? Good job. So if we multiply or divide by a negative, the inequality sign is going to flip. That's the biggest difference here, is it's going to reverse. If we don't reverse that, but we multiply or divide by a negative, it's not going to be a true statement. Okay, so let me show you some examples of that. First thing we need to talk about is what the rules are. So here's the first rule, which is basically what we already know. When we multiply or divide both sides of an inequality by the same positive number, nothing's going to happen. The inequality sign is going to stay the same. So when you multiply or divide by a positive number, nothing happens. It stays the same. So that's the boring part. Sean? Yep. Well, you can't be dividing by one positive and one negative. So if you have something like this, you divide both, well, even multiplying, it's not going to be different. So you're dividing by the same positive number on both sides. The other one's going to be something like this. So you'd have to divide both sides by -3. You're never going to be dividing by something different. Then, if that's the case, then you guys don't remember how to solve. You know what I mean? You're welcome. So the second one says when you're multiplying or dividing both sides of an inequality by the same negative number, the inequality sign is reversed or it flips. Okay, it's reversed or it flips. If you don't reverse or flip it, it's not going to be a true statement anymore. Annalise. Okay, so let me see if I can think of an example. It's not going to be true, but hold on. Okay, let's try the one I had up there. Okay, so let's say we divide both sides by -3, and let's say we don't flip the sign, okay? So if we divide both sides by -3, we get x is less than -3. Okay, so let's pick a number that's less than -3, okay? Let's say we pick -4. Do you agree with me that -4 is less than -3? Okay, so if we plug -4 in, is 12 less than 9? No, false. Yep. Yep. So let's try. So basically, I just showed you, if we don't flip it, not true. Okay, let's see what happens if we flip it. So divide both sides by -3. So flip the sign. That changes to greater than. So that's telling us the solution can be any number greater than -3. So Annalise, give me a number that's greater than -3. Okay, 2. So let's use 2. So if we plug 2 in, -3 times 2 less than 9. Is -6 less than 9? Yes. So it's true. You have to flip the sign when you multiply or divide both sides of the inequality by a negative. If you don't, it's not true. Sean? Yep. Yeah, and we're going to get to that. You're a little ahead of me. Emma M? Yep. I'm going to show you that in a second. Mary? Okay, hold on. You guys are all ahead of me. Hold on. Does everyone have the rules written down? Okay, Annalise, let me get to an example, and then I'll answer the rest of all of your questions. Okay, so let's do an example. So letter A, negative 4x less than 76. All right, how do we get rid of the negative 4, Justin? Good. Divide both sides by negative 4. If you multiply or divide both sides by a negative, what happens to the inequality sign, Justin? You have to flip it so that it still is a true statement. So after you divide is when you flip it. X is greater than negative 19 is our answer. Let's make our number line. If x is greater than negative 19, Donatus, what kind of circle is above negative 19? Open circle. And Alyssa, greater than means to the right or to the left? Good, to the right. So does that answer some of your questions of when you flip it? It's right after you divide by a negative. Okay, letter B. How do we solve this? I know some of these are too easy. Emma H, how do we solve this? Good, divide both sides by 8. Is the inequality sign going to flip on this one? Who can tell me why not? Emma M? Good, you're dividing by a positive, so the inequality sign is not going to flip. So Breyer, if x is greater than 4, what goes above 4 on the number line? Good, open circle going to the right. Matt. That won't happen. Or if you can think of an example of what you're asking me, let me know and I'll put it up there. Doug? Well, I'd like you to have at least 3 numbers on your number line so that I know that you know how to set up the number line. Okay? Annalise? Yep. No, you can't change it. Don't take that away. Correct. Matt, did you think of one? Go ahead. Okay, so the first thing you would do is add 4 to both sides, right? So you'd have negative 3 less than 16. Oh, negative 3x less than 16. So now you would divide by negative 3. Since you're dividing by negative 3, yes, you need to flip the inequality sign. So that's a 2-step. We're getting to those. Okay, Doug? Combine like terms first.
Yes, they're not the same. Different variables with different numbers that are both negative, they would cancel each other out.
No, if they're different variables, you cannot combine them.
Yeah, no, I mean, if you divide them to the other side, then the first one will flip it and the second one.
No, you wouldn't be able, if the variables are different, you can't solve it because you can't combine like terms. Is that what you kind of meant, Matt? Okay. All right, let's go to letter C. Okay, letter C is a 2-step inequality. Jeremy, what's the first thing we have to do to solve letter C? Good, so minus 17, minus 17. So we have negative 2x less than or equal to negative 6. All right, Adam, now what? Divide by what? Good. Breyer, when we divide both sides by a negative, what happens to the inequality sign? Good, so rewrite the x. The inequality sign gets flipped. Zach, what's negative 6 divided by negative 2? Good, positive 3. So let's make our number line. Annalise, what goes above 3? Good. Charles, is the arrow going to the right or to the left? Good. And if we take any number that's greater than or equal to 3 and we plug it back into that inequality, it's going to be true. We get a true statement. Questions on that one? Okay, let's look at letter D. Okay, Emma H, how do we get rid of the negative 5 on letter D? Good. So multiply both sides by negative 5. Jeremy, what happens when we multiply both sides by a negative? Good. So the inequality sign gets flipped. So that changes to less than or equal to. Negative 20 times negative 5 is positive 100. Take your number line, put at least 3 numbers on it, filled in circle above 100, arrows going to the left. Okay, I want you guys to try letter E. Let's go ahead and try letter E. So solve it, and then I want you to graph it. Okay, what do we do first on letter E? Or what do we really only need to do, Annalise? Good. So multiply both sides by negative 4. Okay, these cancel. Briar, what do we end up with? Okay, what's the inequality sign? Greater than or equal to. Good. Sean, what does our number line look like? Good. Fill it in circle, arrow going to the right. Questions on that? Charles? Yeah. As long as your number line, the numbers are getting bigger to the right and smaller to the left, I don't care how you scale it. That's up to you guys. Okay, let me have you add in letter F. So add this problem in. There's, for some reason, sometimes students get confused with this. So if we have 4x greater than or equal to negative 16, go ahead and solve that. You don't need to graph it, just solve it. 4x greater than or equal to negative 16. Okay, you can tell us the answer. Adam. Okay, why did you not flip the sign? Good. You're dividing both sides by positive 4. Maybe this is just a 9th grade thing that they get confused on. If this number's negative, that means nothing in regards to how you flip the sign. We divided both sides by positive 4, not by a negative. Okay, did you guys all get that right? All right, so we're good. Okay, let's do 2 word problems, then we're done. Okay. Actually, sorry, 1 word problem is what I meant to say. There's just 2 parts to it. Okay, ready? The closing is about a restaurant owner. So the restaurant owner plans to place identical bouquets of flowers on 35 tables for opening night. The restaurant owner wants to spend no more than, that should say than, $400 for all of the bouquets. Which inequality can we use to find the possible amounts of money, which is M, that the owner should budget for each bouquet of flowers? What does no more than mean? What inequality sign means no more than? Annalise, what do you think? Less than or equal to. No more than. So the first thing I want you to write down is less than or equal to 400 means it cannot be any more than $400. Okay, what do you think goes on the left-hand side of the inequality in regards to the identical bouquets of flowers? Doug, what do you think? Good, 35M. He's going to pay the same amount for all of them, okay? 35 times the amount of each one is less than or equal to 400 because he cannot spend any more than that. All right, we're going to take a vote. So I want you to look at A, B, C, and D. Think about which one you think it is, then we're going to take a vote. Okay, if you think it's A, put your hand up. Okay, if you think it's B, put your hand up. If you think it's C, put your hand up. If you think it's D, put your hand up. Oh, wow. Okay, it is B. You guys are right. Here's why. They have it flipped around. They're trying to confuse you. The Pac-Man's trying to eat the 400. You see how the inequality sign is the big part's facing the 400? They just flip it around, of course, to try to confuse you, but you guys were okay. All right, part B, we need to solve. So go ahead and solve. Tell me how much at most he can spend on each bouquet. Yeah, keep it exact. Yep. We're dealing with money here. We want to keep it exact. You don't want to take people's money. You don't want to give them money. So anything with money, keep it exact. Round it just like it's money, because it is money. So round it. Good job. Doing that by hand. Once you get it, put your hand up. Just want to see. Alyssa, what'd you get? Good, $11.43. So each bouquet can be no more than $11.43. Justin? Yeah, if you rounded it a little bit differently, I'm okay with that. This is kind of weird how it ends up with that long decimal. Yeah, I'm okay with that. Sean? Yeah, I know. That's what Justin just said. So if you have, I mean, this is just because of how you should round it. That's why I left it like that. So if you have this as a 2, technically, I guess that's more right. That's fine. You should, yeah, because it's money and just because of how the inequality sign is set up, I would not mark that wrong on a test if you were like off by a penny. Okay, if you were off like that. Kind of, because you technically followed the rules of rounding. You know what I mean? By keeping it as 43. I know, but we're trying to be specific. Emma M? Yep. Yep. So that's more exact. All right. Any other questions? So the biggest thing you take away from today is when you multiply or divide by a negative on both sides of an inequality, the inequality sign gets flipped. And you guys saw today of why you have to do that. You need to keep it true. Annalise? No. Yeah, but remember the example that I had up of something like this? This would be you're dividing one side by a negative. But the rule is you have to divide both sides by a negative to flip it, not one side. No, you are dividing by negative on this, but what the rule says, Annalise, is you have to divide both sides by a negative. Okay? Both sides as opposed to one side. Okay? All right, homework is practice 3.5. I want you guys to do all of it. So that's 1 to 30. You should be able to fit it on the worksheet this time. If you would like to do it in your notebook, that's fine, but I would like you to do all of that. No, it's your call this time whether you want to do it on here or on loose leaf. Okay, so 1 to 30. Any questions, Doug? Okay, I know, I'll be there. Okay, if you didn't get your test signed or have your corrections, okay, that is absolutely due tomorrow. You guys had 2 days to get that done. We had off yesterday. There's no excuse for that, okay? So please make sure, just like a homework assignment, that's done for tomorrow. 3.5, 1 through 30. Tomorrow we're going to do 3.6. Friday we're going to start practicing harder inequalities. And then after the 4-day weekend, we're going to review for the Chapter 3 test, probably for 2 days. So Thursday or Friday next week will be your Chapter 3 test. Sean? If you guys are doing well enough, yes. Annalise?